Hey y'all! Welcome to our podcast, The Pretty Ugly Struggle, hosted by Conni Luv and B.Hall. Each week, sit with us as we discuss viral topics, raising kids, relationships, running businesses, and trying to look good while doing it. The mother effing struggle is real.
Let's go. What up, what up, what up?
Hey, y'all.
It's your girl, Conni Luv.
And I'm your girl, B.Hall. Welcome to another week of the Pretty Ugly Struggle podcast.
What are we on? Like week 11, 12, something?
We're on 12 now.
Ooh.
Week 12.
We getting there. We getting there.
Are y'all still rocking with us? Y'all still rolling with us?
Yeah, the numbers say they are.
Okay,
You know what I mean? So we appreciate y'all. We want to tell you that.
Well, let's keep this thing rocking.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all for being loyal and giving us your input. We ask you to continue to subscribe, listen, share, whatever you can. We just trying to be great.
It's free, guys. It's literally free.
It don't cost you shit but your time. But time
leave
is
us
priceless.
a review. Leave us a comment. Engage with us because we're definitely going to talk back to you guys. We love you guys. We love that you support us, and we're going to definitely want to bring you into the family. So
okay, cool.
How was your week?
Shit. Which week? It's been a long time since we've been in a studio together.
Especially this studio.
We've been in, I feel at home, so I'm all comfortable in things, y'all.
Yes. We're in Dallas this week, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know.
If I talk about my current week, I'll say that, you know what? I think I was telling my best friend Timber, I was telling you, I was like, guess what? I manifested this shit. Where I'm at right now, I manifested
real
this shit.
manifestation.
And I just manifested. Bitch, I worked for this.
Okay.
Because
you got to put the work in.
I sacrificed. I hate when people be like, just think it and it's real. Yeah. Manifestation means I thought it. No. Because the Bible says faith without work is dead.
It's dead.
So you have to put in the work. You have to put in the prayer. You have to put in the time. And I honestly, truly can say that I put in the prayer. I put in the work. I put in the time. And I'm appreciative of where God has put me right now. So if I have to describe my week, I'll say it's the week of manifestation. Everything that I saw myself doing a year ago, I'm doing now.
Right on.
So my friends and my followers that, it feels like it's time to give up, especially in 2020. I want to tell y'all, don't stop. Don't stop. God hears you, God knows you, and God will bless you.
God's time, God's timing, honey. Yeah. Let me see. I didn't manifest this week so much. This life, yes, I'm still very happy. I'm still very into myself. I am the happiest I've been in years. Probably because I don't have a man. And I love not answering to somebody. But that's probably because, in my relationships, I've always been with, men that want to control me and want to, dim my light. I no longer want to dim my fucking light. And I'm not going to for anybody. So for my week, what is going on? Oh, we had a photo shoot today that was so much fun.
That thing was bomb.
I want to give a shout out to our photographer, which was Paul. I forgot what he goes by on Instagram, but I'll plug him when we post this.
And what about Cassie, the makeup artist?
That's Blessed by Cassie was our makeup artist for our beautiful faces today. And then we shot at a Photo Factory in Irving. That's the studio.
And I want to shout out
all black businesses, by the way.
Yeah. And I want to shout out my hairstylist, because let me tell y'all something. If ain't nobody a procrastinator, I am. I will wait till the last minute to do anything, and it's just because shit, bitch, I'll be having other shit to do before that shit that I gotta do right now. You know what I mean? So my hairstylist, listen, I flew into Dallas this morning and I texted her yesterday, hey, I heard you were highly recommended. Can you do my hair? And she was like, of course. And Chantel Burt. Shit, I should be better. I will put her information in the link. You know what I mean? But she was like, girl, show up at 11:30. She got me in, she got me out, and I got this old sleek ass ponytail with my bald headed ass. So
hello.
I am happy.
It looks really good, by the way.
And so that's definitely a shout out to. And we only use black businesses for everything we did this week.
Absolutely.
And you said again that was hair.
My sister did my hair. Wendy Swoops did my hair, and our makeup was blessed by Cassie, and our photographer is Paul.
Photography.
I don't know what it goes by Instagram. Our studio was Photo Factory LLC in Irving, Texas. And then we're shooting at a black owned studio, Podcast Suites. Yes. If you can see, it's black owned as well. So we definitely support our people 100%.
So I'm definitely stoked about that. So let's get into this week.
Go.
What have you been doing? Like, how are the kids? What's good? Because this is our first time, like,
I will say
being face to face. Like, I ain't seen you in months, bitch.
No, bitch, I was in Atlanta 2 weeks ago.
But I'm saying, like, that was not like a real.
I saw ya.
Okay. I saw. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
My baby they have been doing distant learning, online learning for 3 weeks, and then this past Tuesday was her first time on campus. She's the band president, so she's running shit on the band, and she plays 2 instruments, and we live right across the street from the school, so she walks to school sometimes, and I pick her up. So we just trying to get adjusted. She's like, she'd be ready to fall asleep because she's so used to just being at the house, taking her classes, but she hates online school. So she's happy to be back at school. And I'm like, okay, baby, if that's what you want, it's her senior year. So I don't want to take that from her. And we're taking all precautions because Corona is still alive and real. You know what I'm saying? So she's wearing her mask. We're washing our hands. We're staying 6 feet apart and all that good stuff. So that's been my week. Just getting adjusted to the new schedule.
I'll say, like, shit, my kids are in school, and I have a college student at Morehouse, and I'm still fighting with their asses because why are you still charging me full tuition when they ass is only going to school on campus?
Come on.
You know, I'm still fighting that battle, but hey, it is what it is. He's taking his classes. He's doing very well. My daughter, again, is a junior this year, and she's doing well. I checked her classes. She's striving. I'm not surprised because my baby is a loner, so she operates well in that type of environment. So it's like, yeah, it is what it is. But that 3-year-old of mine, that motherfucker needs to go to school.
I just love him to pieces.
He is so fun, but he is a lot. So and I ain't the mama that's gonna play flashcards with you. I be like, what is this? And he be like, C, and it's really an A, and I be like, no, nigga, you know.
Conni Luv.
No, I don't do it like that. I'd be like, no, Princeton, it's not. It's C. It's a freaking A. It's like, it has a line and a cross. And he's like, a C.
So you don't have the patience for that baby.
I don't have the patience,
that 3-year-old.
But I am still scared of Corona, so I haven't put him back in school. But I said, as of October 1st, he will be back in daycare, you know, and I'm going to do my homework and probably send our kids near me. Shout out to Miss Kim because she always
is that a black-owned business as well?
Black-owned business.
Hello.
So she will probably, make sure my baby's okay because she's more like family. But anyway, that's my week with those kids.
And then business-wise, let's just hop right in because we had some, as far as like black businesses go, we did have the King, Charlamagne Tha God, that teamed up with Iheart and started, what's it called? Black Effect Network, to where it's, 19 black podcasts that are going to be launched on the site.
19,
can we get a hand clap for
let's get a hand clap.
Wonderful black people.
Go, So go ahead, because I want to hear what you have to say, and then you can hear what I have to say.
I just learned about it a couple of days ago, and I was just like, what's going on, Charlamagne? Because he's always talking about some things in the work, da-da-da-da-da. So to just, man, black people we are taking our stance. We are taking our position and doing it proudly and doing it loudly. Mm-hmm. And I am so happy and so proud to be black right now. Like, no cap. I've always been a fan of Charlamagne though. Like, I just think he's dope. Like, he's silly, he's fun, he fuck up, and he does, he owns it. He just rock it out. They did have a little beef, him and Mr. Joe Budden, about signing deals and good deals and bad deals. You know, Joe Budden left Spotify and he wanted to get a better deal, and they didn't want to re-sign him for the numbers that he wanted. So he left, and he's like, I can do that because this is mine. I own it. Versus Charlamagne, who is, I don't want to say slave to Iheart, but
he's still working for.
He's still working for.
Yeah.
But I love that he's using his platform to put other black people on. Yeah. So I can't be mad at either one of those men, to be quite honest.
I definitely agree with you. First of all, I am like probably the biggest Charlamagne fan ever. So Charlamagne, holla at your girl with this new Iheart Black podcast business.
I was waiting for him to announce the Pretty Ugly Struggle.
Because let me tell you something. This is okay. Hold on. I digress. Let me be more professional. Okay, so no, for real, like I'm proud of him because I understand both men's standpoint. First of all, Charlamagne signed a fucking unheard of type of deal. Like he's basically catering to the black voice. You know what I mean? We are the black culture, and every time you can't always own it. We got to also understand that we live in a world where we live in the United States of America. We're not set up to win. We're not set up to own shit. We were set up and brought into this country to be servants. We were brought into this country to serve and not succeed. So therefore, when I say that a black man like Charlamagne, yeah, he don't own Iheart, but he created a niche for us. And I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Because that doesn't do anything but open more doors. You can't win always by running. Sometimes you got to crawl before you walk. And then when you walk, you got to walk before you run.
Because for so long, we've been, what do they call it? The crabs in a barrel type of thing. We pulling each other down, like, let me lift my brothers up, my brothers and my sisters up.
So he gave them an opportunity because he probably could have started his own network. But if he did that, how many African-American podcasters or commentators could he have actually put on with his own network versus
Joe hadn't put nobody on.
Exactly. Versus, you know what? Let's put on these black men and black women. I might can't give y'all a deal and make y'all shit exclusive, but I can put you on and make you heard a lot more, which gives you more negotiating power.
Absolutely.
So again, crawl before you walk before you run. So he's in a walk stage. Mm-hmm. Let us walk. And then he's giving us the opportunity to run. So I appreciate that.
What I love is that that's what they do. They always want to promote they people. And for the first time, as far as the podcasting world, we're seeing a black man pull up his brothers and his sisters along with him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He not leaving nobody behind.
Because he could have took a deal like Joe Rogan and said, fuck all you.
Honestly.
Yeah. But I will say, me being the opinionated, outspoken person that I am, Charlamagne, I love you, brother. But I will say that I feel like all of those episodes that he did bring to Iheart, they were all episodes that were people that have a clout, I'll say, for lack of better words.
Oh, of course.
And I didn't like that. Like,
I mean, all the podcasts that he brought on.
Yes, all of those.
They have a platform already.
They already have a platform.
Okay, yeah.
So, and I've heard him speak on this, like, and he knows the struggle of creating a platform for the African American person that doesn't have that platform already.
The no name.
Like, that's hard to come by. So I feel like he should have. And I don't know if he has or hasn't, but what I've read so far, he hasn't. He should have created something where you created something like some type of segment where it's new and upcoming, like the Pretty Ugly Struggle.
Hello.
Like, even the Horrible Decisions, like, they're bigger than us. Cocktails, they're bigger than us.
Girl, Horrible Decisions is signed.
To who?
To Iheart, to the Black Effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yes.
I looked at all the names and I did not see them.
They are signed, girl.
Because I can name you. I'm looking at it now and I don't see them on there.
Yeah.
But
they're there.
Anyway, so I didn't see, when I looked at it, I didn't see those.
You know, I was surprised that wasn't on there was Amanda Seals' podcast. I can't remember the name of her podcast, but she has a podcast and she wasn't named. Also, he said that, what's the woman that's she's into politics, light-skinned girl? No. The light-skinned politics girl.
Angela Yee. That's all. I mean, not Angela Yee. Angela.
He does a podcast with her.
Yeah, his best friend.
His sister. Yeah, that one. Angela Rye.
Angela Rye. Yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
They're in negotiation because she's not signed yet either, but there are negotiations. So those two, I was kind of surprised.
Well, but like I said, I didn't hear of any upcoming. Yeah. And I've listened to, I'm an avid listener to The Brilliant Idiots. I listen to The Breakfast Club, and I hear him always talk about there's no platform for the unheard. Yeah. And all I feel like you did with Iheart is create a platform for the heard to make more money. Right. So what are you going to do for the unheard? Because it's so hard and so competitive for a person like myself or you or our podcast or any other podcast that are trying to come up when you got people you got to compete with that's already famous. Like
Michelle Obama,
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish,
Tiffany Haddish
Just Hilarious.
Just Hilarious. These people have already created a network.
Russell Wilson.
So what are you going to do for the people who have not been able to outsource themselves? Because now we have to compete with all of these people. Like, what are you gonna do? And that's fucked up. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna promote. I'm gonna do whatever I feel like is necessary
so that we're noticed.
Yeah. But what the fuck are you gonna do? Like, create something. Like, what is it called that they do for like strippers and shit? Or like Saturday Night Live, you get the comic that has not ever been in
open mic or something,
like an open mic night.
Okay. You know, amateur night for the strippers.
Amateur night for the strippers, like New Booty Tuesday. Are you gonna fucking do a New Booty Tuesday on your fucking podcast? So
I'm gonna start DMing Charlamagne. Hey, check us out.
Yeah,
we support you.
We want to be on
us,
Charlamagne. We want to be on New Booty Tuesday. We ain't shaking shit because I ain't got shit to shake.
I'll shake it.
I ain't got shit to shake. We'll shake it.
I'll shake it for you.
I ain't got shit to shake.
I'm sorry, you married. I'm not gonna shake it for you, but
I ain't got shit to shake. I ain't got to do nothing to do. All I have to do is push out this content.
But we gonna talk our shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We're gonna push out this content, but just give us something so that we can be.
I feel like this is only the beginning
of the race. I feel like we should be a part of the race. And because you came from nothing and made yourself something, you should be doing something. Because I've heard him, because I'm, like I said, I'm a fan. I've heard him talk about the people who don't get heard. So
I will say he did bring somebody from his hometown. He spoke about it on the Breakfast Club today. Someone that he pulled up, and I didn't know their names. They wasn't a big name, so he did do it for his hometown. I can't be mad at him for that.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. Like I said, I haven't did enough homework, so don't fault me if I'm wrong. To be able to say, like,
what are some of the big names that he
like to be able to say you haven't done shit for us? You know what I mean? So let me finish that. Like, at the end of the day, I ain't shit. I know I ain't shit, but what are you gonna do to help me become shit? You know what I'm saying? Do I have to fight my way and compete with the people who already have names? Or are you going to give us something
I'm gonna say this.
Do that?
It's tough for the Black woman that isn't talking about sex. That isn't trying to sell sex.
And I'm over that.
That isn't, what is the whole other, like, uplifting everybody all the time, empowerment,
the fake ass hope. I call them fake ass hope.
That's
bitches.
A good one.
Like, I don't want to give you fake ass hope like church. You pay tithes to church based off of hope. You get what I'm saying? Let me not get into religion, but I don't want to get into that. Like, I ain't here to empower you. You know what I mean? I don't want you to pay me $10.99 or $150 to hear.
I ain't selling the empowerment, goddammit.
To hear me and 10 of my broke ass homegirls talk about how you can get rich. Fuck you. Like, fuck me, honestly. Bitch, I ain't shit, and I'm not gonna swindle my African American women who fucking work hard, who go to work every day, who got kids to take care of, and I'm not gonna sell you hope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the real, like, bitch, this shit hard. This shit ain't pretty. This shit real ugly. We just make it look good.
Write in for some advice and we gonna give you the real. I'm gonna tell you that now. Email us on the prettyuglystruggle@gmail.com and we'll give you some real shit, real advice. We're not trying to do no fake empowerment like Conni Luv said.
Yeah, and y'all, I'm sorry. I digress.
That's the word. That's a phrase for today.
But yeah, you know, and I'm very excited about it though overall, just because a Black man is doing something. And I like a lot of the Joe Budden fans are like, but he still don't own it. Listen, everything isn't always about owning.
Exactly.
Sometimes
everybody can't be an owner.
Yes. Sometimes it's just about opening doors. It's step one.
Absolutely.
It's step one. How many years has it been since the civil rights movement? We just got the fucking right to vote. It ain't even been 100 years, has it? Y'all don't correct me on my history of my years. But it hasn't even been 100 years since we got the right to vote. Like, give us something and let us take it in steps, because we are living in a country that we were not set up to for
We were
success.
3/5 of a person not too fucking long ago.
We were set up to fail.
Sheesh.
So shout out to my boy. I'm going to give him.
Absolutely. Thank you, Charlamagne Tha God.
Charlamagne,
Leonard, as Monique would say, Leonard.
Yeah. Like, I'm very impressed, and I am very, like,
I feel like it's only the beginning. I feel he'll start with those hard hitters, those numbers, because numbers is very important in this game. So he'll start with those hard hitters, and then I feel like
he'll open up.
Maybe it'll branch out. Maybe. I have high hopes.
Because Charlamagne, let me tell you something.
Let me holler at you, baby boy.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Mental Health Black Man. If you don't, I'm pull out every fucking clip that you ever said that you for the man who didn't have anything. He fuck the numbers. It's about the content. And I'm going to call you out on that shit every chance I get. But that's what it is. Because I'm going to call myself Charla Girl. What a Charla Girl, the angel. Charla Girl, the angel. And I'm going to be on your ass, boy.
Come on, somebody.
Anyway, I'm over it. Anyway, so
my goodness.
Yeah, so that's dope. But like, what else is going on in the world right now?
I'm gonna say this as far as like the black businesses. There are. Y'all, it's hard out here for a pimp. This is the struggle. This is the struggle, y'all. There is so many new podcasts popping up every fucking minute. Not even just every day. Every minute there's a new podcast. And then it'll be like the Michelle Obama, the Kim Kardashian, the Russell Wilson. Who was the other one that was a big one that popped up? I was like, God, I text you about it. I was just like, can y'all leave something to the little man?
Nah.
Why fucking not?
Because
you have a platform. Why do you need this one?
The goal is to become richer. So when you find out every opportunity that you can make more money than what you already make, shit, let me do it.
We live in a capitalistic society.
We
so
do.
I do understand that part.
Whitney said that shit on the last episode, and I commend her for that.
Hey, Whitney girl.
Hey, girl. But yeah, we definitely do. But I think that the problem really is that.
What's the struggle? Tell us.
I'll go back to, and I'll speak on my own experiences as far as like, you get a token black girl. You get a token black boy. And Charlamagne is just a token black nigga.
In each field, you get one.
You get
basically.
one. And then,
at a time.
At a time. And then you may, well, really where the world is going right now as far as entertainment, you get a few more than one. We have dominated in everything that we decide to try to be a part of.
As far as a whole black people?
Like sports, we dominate. Music, we dominate. Even in acting, we fucking dominate. You know what I mean? However, what they do is, what the white man does is try to still hold us down and make us feel like we don't.
Even with
because they still own everything. We're the best, but they still own everything. It's still owned by a white man. It's still owned by a Jewish man. It's just, we are the best. And I think Charlamagne said that in one of his quotes. He was like, the black culture
is the American culture.
Is the American culture.
Yeah, he just said that.
So it's like, we create this. We create what's cool. But guess what they do? Because they own the world. They make it theirs.
They choose.
They've been doing that for years. So
I'm open that door or I'm not. But even still, there's only a couple or a few. Like, but they say it with comedians. There's like the Kevin Hart, and then there's the Dave Chappelle. But then the other ones, you ain't finna be top. You're gonna be a lower tier. And even with acting, you'll have the best actor, maybe one, maybe two, that's getting all the parts.
The fucking, what's her name? Gabrielle Union.
You know what I'm saying? For their time. And then it's like, all right, your time's up. But these white people, if I like to call them others, these others, it's a plethora.
But see, okay, so I'll speak again like, from my experiences. The only thing I can go by is that I used to model as a kid, as a teenager, and I was a token black girl in my community for a long time, in my area, in the Dallas area. So if you needed a teenage black girl, they were gonna call me.
Yeah.
My rates were pretty high at that time. I think I was making like $700 an hour. That's high.
Absolutely.
For a 17-year-old, 16-year-old black girl.
Yeah.
That didn't know shit about the industry.
Texas.
Yeah. However, when you become that token person, but when they say, okay, you know what? We don't need you no more. We're going to get somebody else. They replace you for somebody else. However, in a white community, they have to compete harder.
Because it's more of them?
Because it's more of them. It's more of them than it is us that has the opportunity. It's only a select few of us that have the actual even opportunity. You got to be a star to even have the opportunity to compete with the big wigs. You get what I'm saying? But in the white culture, bitch, you just got to be white and cute. You get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to say that, but I know I'm not making my point all the way. But it's like, you have to be able to understand that
I get it, because
this is
honestly,
not our world.
honestly, for a black girl, you're only competing with yourself, honestly, because you're not competing against the white girls.
Yeah.
You're black.
Yeah,
you have your own category, and there's no one else that you have to compete with. So with those white girls, there's 50 of them that want to be number one, so they're competing with these other 50. So I understand what you're saying.
And it's their world, so it's dominated by them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you kind of, so I understand that point of view as business, but when I think of culture, it's like, damn, I created this. We created this. Why do I have to compete against her to be number one? Because on something that I created, that I made cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So it's kind of, God damn it. And I commend him for what he's doing in that aspect of that point of view for it. So it is what it is, but let me tell you again, Uncle Charla, if you don't motherfucking call me, if you don't call us in a year, because we know we ain't up there.
New.
We ain't even get.
Charlamagne, first off, this your girl B.Hall. I met you before. I gave you a book sign. You signed a book. We crack jokes together. Come on now.
Look, you said it's for the culture. Do some shit for the fucking culture. Like, for real.
We are the culture.
You know what I'm saying? Like, give us 2 black women for the culture. But anyway, I digress.
And not this, and I'm not, I can't even say that. I'm not going to say that because I don't know who all he signed as far as women go. But I do know that the Horrible Decisions ladies are mixed women. I will say that. We black. All right?
She brown, I'm brown.
There was a woman from Africa, and I don't remember her name, from Africa that he did.
I can look it up. Yeah. I actually, I looked up because I was like, I didn't know Just Hilarious had a goddamn podcast.
That was the other person. I never knew.
Like, how you? It says the Black Effect podcast launch lineup will include Drink Champs with NORE and DJ EFN. All the Smoke with Matt Barnes, which I actually like their podcast. The 85 South Show with Carlos Miller, DC Young Fly, and Chico Bean. Horrible Decisions. That's what I told you. It's on there with Mandy B and Wheezy. Dropping Gems with Reckless, which Just Hilarious. Street Politicians with Tamika Mallory and my son, which I love Tamika Mallory.
Yeah.
Hot Happy Mess with Zuri Hall. Untitled with Bonang Mathiba. Hello Somebody with Senator Nina Turner. POD with Ashley and Tammy. Straight Shot No Chaser with Teslin Figaro. Laugh and Learn with Flame Monroe. Executive produced by Tiffany Haddish. Checking In with Michelle Williams. Cut to It with Stephen Smith Sr. No Ceilings with Glasses Malone. And Gangster Chronicles with MC EIHT, Reggie Wright Jr., and James McLeod. Who do you think out of that list you compete with?
All the women. What do you mean?
Like, you think you stand up to them?
Oh, stand up?
We stand up to them? Yeah.
Well, we're not talking about sex, so we can't. I'm not really in that category with the Horrible Decisions ladies. I won't ever get that graphic. But I don't know what Michelle Williams' podcast is about. And then Tamika, what is her podcast about? Is it
Tamika
politics?
Mallory is about politics and like where we stand.
We are your homegirl, your neighborhood homegirl, around the way girl. You know, we're not just so bent on, we're not on sex, we're not on politics, but we'll talk about a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? We like to open up that conversations where you talking with your homegirl about, you talking with your homeboy about it. Like, what you think about this? Oh, they was talking about this. You know what I'm saying? We're not just one.
To be honest with y'all, like listening, to be honest, like our name really came from a parody of the Brilliant Idiots. We wanted something just kind of like that. They were brilliant idiots. Like, it's what is the word I'm looking for? An oxymoron.
Oh, okay.
An oxymoron off of those words, like brilliant idiots. So we were like, what can we do a girl version of brilliant idiots?
Because we love Andrew too. Andrew being the comedian, the white boy comedian, and then Charlamagne just like be just talking his shit. He don't know the fuck he be talking about half the time.
Listen,
but it's entertaining.
Before we started our podcast, we would listen to their podcast and we would call each other and be like, who you agree with? You agree with Andrew? Or you think you Charlamagne this week?
Exactly.
So some weeks I would be Charlamagne, some weeks this bitch will be Andrew, and some weeks I'm Andrew because Andrew think he know every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And some weeks she's Charlamagne because Charlamagne goofy as fuck. You know what I mean? But
sometimes Andrew goofy as hell.
So it's like we used to literally compare ourselves to them and mimic them coming up. Like, this is a vulnerable moment I'm having and telling y'all, like, this is who we idolize in this world. We look up to them. And so I just want to see him do something for the people like us. Yeah. You know, not the people who already have names. You know, like, what are you going to do for us?
Have you listened to another podcast? It's not like major, let's say, but that is just show Brown the Way Girl, cool, chill, funny, goofy, serious at times.
The one I listen
informative
to on a regular basis, I listen to Mamas on the Move.
I love them.
They're two realtors. I've listened to them since I started. From Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since I started listening to podcasts. And for me, it's good because they're a little bit older. I look at them like my big sisters, my aunties. They give advice, and then I'm a realtor. I'm an Atlanta realtor, so I get jewels, not
absolutely
dropped every episode.
And they keep it real.
So I'm able to look at Keisha and be like, oh, that's me. Mm-hmm. And then I'm able to look at Brandy and be like, oh, here go Bridget. You know what I mean? It's I can see myself, and I think that's what makes things authentic.
Yeah.
You know, so
you gotta keep it real. We from Texas, baby. Girl, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's a lot of. What about you? What do you think? Who do you?
I don't know. As far as like that don't have a big name.
Even if they have a big name, who would you use?
Is it Jesus and Jollof?
Yeah,
I really love Jesus and Jollof. I can't front. Yeah. Like, initially, she the one turned me. Conni Luv turned me on to them, and initially she was like, I don't know, because they do that African slang and da 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 da. Because I ain't African.
I ain't African, and they be talking that African accent, and I be like, what the fuck did they just say? Like, bitch, I lost the whole joke because I don't understand the fuck, and I ain't got no African mama. So when they be talking about African mamas and shit, I be like, I don't know. Fast forward.
But she turned me on to them, and then when
they're so funny.
Yes, when you put me onto them, I started listening. I was like, I kind of like them. I gave them another shot. I was like, I like these girls. And then, like, by the third show, I was like, I'm locked in. I'm subscribing. I'm commenting. I'm locked in. I'm laughing. I'm entertained. I want to be entertained. I want to be informed. But I also, if it's not entertaining, you have it's your monotone voice or something, like, I'm clocking out.
So I think that's kind of where the balance for you and I, honestly, like, talking. Come in, because you all about the laugh and the giggles and the entertainment. I'd be like, bitch, I ain't learned shit. I don't want to listen to that. I need to learn. I need to be informed. Like, bitch, what did you teach me today? I don't need a laughter. I need to be taught something, which is what is great about our balance. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be taking some shit super serious, and you'll say some comedic shit, and I'll be like, this bitch right here. Bitch, I was real serious.
I hate this hoe.
Yeah.
Messed up my concentration.
I was real serious. And this bitch gonna say some old goofy shit, and vice versa.
I gotta break that shit up. I'm like, serious.
And vice versa. She'll say some old goofy shit, and But then I have to, like,
lock in. I'll be like, all right.
Yeah.
We're serious.
Hold on. This is some real shit we gotta talk about right now. So I think
Let's get to the meat of it.
And I get that from Jesus and Jollof. Like, they know how to balance that shit out.
It's
so
a good balance.
I agree with that.
What about some regular? I'm trying to think about regular. I do listen to a lot of different podcasts. I try out different podcasts. Again, I feel like there's not a whole lot that aren't just about sex or about uplifting and holier than thou.
So we want to know, like, what y'all feel like we should be doing differently.
Why do you listen to us? Tell us that.
Why don't you listen to us, goddammit? Tell us that too. You know what I mean? We want to know.
What makes you clock out? Be like, man.
No, them bitches talk too much. That bitch thinks she cute. I ain't got time. But anyway, so we really want to know. Like, we need the advice because y'all listen. When we come up, y'all come up. Cause we on some like next level shit.
Oh, of course.
We want to bring our people up with us, and like we say, we always shout out our people. We shout out our businesses. We want to bring people on our show that are just, I say,
hometown heroes too.
Yeah, I call them the regular, or extraordinary girls or extraordinary people because.
Speaking of that, let's get into our pretty boy, pretty girl of this week. We lost one of our kings, one of our legends, and the whole world felt it. Just like when Kobe died, it was just like, not the Black Panther, not Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons why...
They were around the same age, too. Yeah. It was just, oh, man.
I think one of the reasons why Chadwick Boseman was so hard because it was cancer. And not only was it cancer, he had been battling it for years, and he gave us some of his greatest work during that time, and which is a prime example of the pretty ugly struggle.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That is prime. Like, you go to work every day with cancer and dealing with treatments and dealing with being hurt and dealing with being sick, but you produce some of your greatest work. That is
nothing but
what
God.
We call
Come on now.
The pretty ugly struggle.
Come on now.
That is what we're referring to when we speak of that. And he is a perfect example of that. And I just commend that man. Not only do I commend him, guess who else I commend? His team.
His team.
Because it was not leaked.
His family, his friends,
Nobody knew that this man was sick.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that this man was going through what he was going through while he was giving us all of this work. So not only are you the pretty boy of the week, but everybody you work with deserve a round of applause.
Dope.
You know what I mean? So we commend you, King, and your legacy will live on.
And we
forever.
Still hurting. We still in pain. We still. It's so surreal.
Yeah.
It's so surreal. And a lot of people were making fun of his weight loss. And
so rest in peace.
And he never said, still to that, he might have deleted some shit, but he never said,
girl,
you know, I'm struggling with something.
See, that's what's
so humble.
Girl, because let me tell y'all something. You motherfuckers would have talked about me. I've been like, yeah, don't you understand? God damn it. Some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I would be so hurt and appalled that, you know, but anyway, you know, this king took that, he dealt with it, he dealt with the struggle, and he hid that struggle, and he made it look very attractive. Yeah. And he, again, produced some of his greatest works during that time.
We so appreciate you for that, my king.
And you will forever be loved, you will forever be adored, and you will forever be admired.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
are our pretty boy of the week, Chadwick Boseman.
Yes. Clap, 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 clap. We do have another pretty boy of the week. We also lost another one of our kings. John Thompson Jr. passed away at 78. He was a major coach at Georgetown. I'm a basketball fan. Allen Iverson was my absolute favorite player.
Mine too.
And without Coach, there would be no Allen. His mom, when Allen had got in trouble, his mom went to the coach and was like, please help. I need help. My son is this, my son is that. And she begged him to take her son on. And he said, okay. And he took him under his wing. And Allen balled out.
have no Allen without him.
Balled out. Yeah. So much respects to our other legend that has passed, John Thompson Jr. Appreciate you.
So let's talk about our pretty girl of the week, and these are people that we can give their flowers to while they are living. So we have kind of like I'll say three. I have one that's personal to me. My girl, She is name of her company is called Blue Butterfly. Like
That's
I
beautiful.
called her this morning and was like, "Hey, I need an outfit for my photo shoot," and she was like, "Okay, I'll meet you at 10:45."
I love it.
And it was dope, and I appreciate her. You know, like we have a lot of Black businesses that get real bougie and be like, "Girl, you should have called me at 9. I need a 3-hour advance," and she didn't do that to me, and she didn't make me feel fucked up because I was wrong. You know, she just delivered and was extremely humble.
Dope.
You know, when I paid her, she was extremely humble, and I appreciate that. So
Customer
Blue
service,
Butterfly,
everything.
Shakia Williams, I appreciate you. You know, so you definitely are a pretty girl of the week.
All right.
And then we talk about our major platform. You know,
We had the verses that went on last Monday, I believe, between Monica and Brandy, which was dope. I hope you all paid attention to it and listened in, and even watched the memes, listened to the memes, watched the memes, commented on the memes. There was some funny stuff going on. Monica and her shoes, and it was a lot. And Brandy and her poems.
Yeah. It was, you know what? When it's women versus women, it becomes a little bit more competitive than it does for the men.
Well, you surprised they didn't sing?
Well,
They really didn't sing. Well,
but
Monica
see,
didn't.
I feel like if they did that, I'm glad they didn't, because
Okay.
I feel like if they did that, it would have been a sing-off. It would have been a real competition. And Versus is not a competition. Versus is a celebration.
It is
It's
absolutely
supposed to be a
celebration.
celebration of your contributions to
Your work.
the what is it called? The culture.
Yeah.
So if you're contributing to the culture, we don't need you to versus each other. We don't need you to really battle. It's just, hey, I did this, you did this, and this is what I contribute. It's a celebration. And for them to start singing against each other, it would have became a competition.
It wasn't even a sing against each other. For Brandy was singing. She like, join in, Monica. Like,
that
sing
was
with
that shade.
me. You like
Shade.
sing with
because
me.
Brandy thinks she sings better than Monica. So if I think I sing better than you, bitch, I'm gonna be like, come on, Bridget.
Let me outshine you
Come
real
on,
quick.
Bridget. Sing that part. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hey. You can be like, hoo, 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 hoo.
I'm not saying that. I do wish I would have heard some more notes, like less poems, more notes. I don't think it needs to be like I'm gonna sing the shit out of my song. Cause honestly, John Legend and Alicia Keys, I enjoyed their verses. They both were singing and they were enjoying each other's music. They joined in. It was just a very good spirit as far as like R&B.
But it's different because that's a man versus a woman.
Yeah.
And I hate
why couldn't it be the same? Why
But I hate
couldn't
to
it?
say it because we're still growing, and unfortunately,
They've been in this industry for a long motherfucking time.
and
they have been pinned against each other, though. I would say that.
That's why I feel like they should be the pretty girl and the pretty girls of the week, because they've been battling undercover. Because who really knows Monica and Brandy's issue? Nobody. But they really got an issue, right?
They really do.
So if you can't tell me why Brandy don't like Monica and Monica really don't like Brandy and have facts, they did a good job to me. You get what I'm saying? That means that they took 20-year beef or whatever they had.
Even just them coming together to do it was like...
and they were able to throw that shit to the side. Yeah. They were able to hide it for years because nobody really knows what their issue is with each other, if it even really is an issue. And they were able to give us something great that made all of our spirits feel good.
It was 1.1 million people. They broke records.
Yes.
Steady.
And I
watched the whole thing.
It
was steady.
It was dope. And it was like, because listen, I am the biggest Monica fan ever. Like, I saw Monica.
It's a Southern thing then.
I saw Monica at the airport one time and I fanned out. And bitch, I don't fan out because I done seen a lot of fame. I never fan out, but I fanned out on Monica. I was seeing her and I was like, I can't say shit to her because I'm going to look like a fucking groupie. You know what I mean? But
that's dope. We love our pretty girls of the week.
Yeah,
Monica, Brandy, and your friend, I'm sorry.
Shakia.
Shakia.
Blue
Butterflies, her business. Thank you all for your contributions to the culture. You dope. We love you. We appreciate you.
And you make the struggle look very fucking pretty.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I think that's it.
Let's wrap it up.
It is what it is. Thank you all for joining us for another week of the Pretty Ugly Struggle. It's your girl, Conni Luv.
And I'm your girl, B.Hall.
And it's another week of the Pretty Ugly Struggle.
Join us next week.
Bye.